Today I'm going to walk you through the process of creating a graphic organizer to go along with any unit you're using in the classroom. We're going to start out by going to www.wordle.net. Once we get to Wordle's homepage, you can see some pre-created examples on their homepage that were created by various users and saved to their online gallery. Some examples are the English notebook cover, period G, U.S. Constitution, and most common crossword answers. You can also go to the gallery to get some ideas about different things you can do to customize your Wordle into different colors, fonts, different arrangements, etc. And we'll get into that more in a minute. For our purposes, we're going to start out by going to the Create button at the top of the screen. So our unit that we've been working on this semester deals with literary devices. In particular, I'm going to focus on the use of mood in literature today. So to start out, I could assign a reading to the class and have each student give me one word of mood that comes to mind after reading a passage or a story. So just to type in some various mood words, we can say happy, sad, anxious, confused, excited, angry, peaceful, mysterious. And you can use any words for this, but these are just some ideas. After you finish typing in your selection, click Go, and Wordle.net will automatically generate a graphic organizer to show all of the different words that you entered. Alright, so my design has popped up. These are just the automatic settings that are enabled right now. So we have a black background with some bright colors on it. If I want to change that, I can go to the Color tab here, and I can decide I want to go for, let's say, Chilled Summer. So that changes my color scheme in the background. You can also go to Layout, and you have the option to say you want half and half, so that the words are displayed both vertically as well as horizontally. Or again, I could go back to it and I could say I want them all horizontal. Whatever works best for you in your classroom. We can also go into Font, and you can choose different ones. For example, I'm going to select Teen. And then from there, you can mess around and check out different ones if you decide you want to change it up some more. Again, you can also change the font by going into Layout, and it changes the letter's appearance slightly, where you have straighter edges or more rounded edges, whatever you prefer. So there are a lot of different ways you can manipulate your graphic once it's created without having to just start over and recreate it. Okay, so we're going to go back to Create so I can show you how to emphasize certain words in your Wordle document that you're creating. Again, looking at mood words, if we go back to the same list we used before, and we say happy, sad, anxious, confused, amused, excited, peaceful. Well, for example, what if you have several students who give you the word happy? Instead of just typing it in once, we need to give it representation for everybody who chose that as their response. So by typing it in multiple times and then clicking Go, we'll see on the resulting Wordle document that happy is really emphasized by having a larger size on the document. All of the other words are equal sized to one another, but happy really stands out because several students mentioned that as their main focus for the mood of the story. Again, even when we do things this way, we can go in and we can still manipulate things after creating them to change the appearance, the font, the layout, etc. When you're happy with the results of your graphic organizer, you can click on Save to Public Gallery on the bottom right. And we're going to call this Mood. And for example, I could say this comes from my 6th period class. If we click OK, and this is saving it to an online public gallery. This means that anybody can access it at any time, and I can refer back to it. So that way I could have my students at the end of the period one day write down their response. And I could create this document to have it preloaded for the following class period. You could also print this document if you wanted to hand it out for something that students could refer back to in the future. And if you decide you want to change something, you always have the option to delete this Wordle.